Hi, my name is Scarlett, and almost 2 years ago I bought this beautiful piece of land in Mallorca to start a permaculture project called Selva. Over the past 2 years we've already been working quite a bit, and if you want to see what we've done so far you can watch all the previous videos. But while I did share the process, I never really shared my plans that I have for this property. So today I'm gonna reveal my big permaculture master plan. Everybody who knows about permaculture should know about the zoning of a property, which is really helpful when you get to a new place and you don't really know where to start. The goal of zoning the land is to maximize the efficiency and sustainability of our system. We're dividing the space into different areas based on the frequency of use and the specific needs of plants, humans and animals. This way we can reduce the time and energy needed for maintenance and harvesting. I started with the design process right after I signed the contract to buy the land. The long wait helped me to stay patient and observe the land in every weather and season, and I adapted the plan several times over the past 2 years. I analyzed the soil, studied from old pictures of how the land was used before, and got to know the existing vegetation. Right now I am standing in my zone 1. This is where we cook, we eat, where I also park my car, and where I hopefully will be able to build a house sometime soon. Zone 0 is the center where most human activities take place. We placed the house in this specific location because of the restrictions of the power line on the left, the torrent on the bottom, and because it is quite flat here. Also, we will have some nice views over the mountains and the sea from the first floor. I am still waiting for the building permit, but here are some first impressions of what we've planned. It is going to be an energy-efficient construction, using natural building materials wherever we can. Also, there will be a huge rainwater collection tank below ground and a grey water reusing system. I'll get more into detail once we've got the permit. The house will have 2 purposes. One obviously is because I will need a home, but the second purpose will be to be able to host workshops here and to teach other people about permaculture. So let's talk about the purpose of this project. My goal is to showcase how we can live and work in harmony with nature, using the permaculture principles. The land will also be used for experimenting and working on new solutions for a greener future. Permaculture means working with nature, not against it. Therefore, the land will have 3 main functions. It will provide a living area, where we will also teach knowledge of sustainable living. It will provide food for us and our guests. And it will provide a natural habitat for wildlife. The 3 functions work hand in hand and restore the cycle of nature. In Zone 1, there are areas that require intensive care and daily attention, like our vegetable garden and the chicken coop. On our property, the Zone 1 is scattered into different pieces, mostly because I chose the vegetable garden to be in the most fertile, flat and stone-free area. I also consider our main pathways Zone 1 because we use them daily and they still require quite some work to keep them accessible. Access is key in a permaculture design, and we've spent most of our energy so far on making this plot accessible. This here is the area of our new food forests that we started to plant just after I was able to buy the property. Of course, now the trees are still young, but in a couple of years this will hopefully grow into a little forest. And this will help me to showcase what is possible using the permaculture principles and especially the subtropical farming methods that I used here. All the trees that we have planted so far have been sponsored from people who believe in this project. Thank you so much for your support. I believe that learning something by watching YouTube videos, for example, is possible and it's a good first step to take, but you learn so much more when you actually do something with your own hands, and it's a completely different experience. So this is why I want to invite people to come here and participate and to get their hands dirty and to learn how to grow their own food. I planted various different fruit trees accompanied by herbs and bushes. Some of them are Mediterranean and some of them aren't, and this also gives me the opportunity to experiment. And whatever I'm learning, you can learn with me. It might be still quite difficult to see, but I'm standing between two of our tree rows right now, and this area is going to be the pasture for our pigs. I really can't wait until they're here to help me to clear out all these bushes in between, because it got quite hard to walk through. So the idea is to rotate the pigs in between the rows of trees. As you might know, pigs are really good at turning the soil. So I'll fence them in and let them do the work. After they have tilled everything, they will be moved and I will sow cover crops after them. Besides the pigs, I'm gonna invite more animals into the farm. I already started with chickens, and we'll see what other animals will find their way into this paradise. That said, every animal has its purpose here. The pigs will turn the soil, the chickens will eat all the critters and fertilize wherever they are. The cats are gonna take care of the mice, and Pino over here should make sure we are all safe and sound. Although he's probably the worst guard dog ever. Of course, I want to be as self-sufficient as I possibly can. That's why I also started to keep bees, and the chickens obviously provide fresh eggs every day. So besides my goal of sharing the knowledge about permaculture, I obviously have a personal motive as well, which is to live a healthier and more self-reliant lifestyle. And now we're entering our zone 4 or possibly even 5, which is the area I dedicated to nature and wildlife. This forest is going to stay untouched. I did add a couple of native plants in here and put in a pathway so I can pass through and water them. But besides that, it should just stay exactly like it was. And we will benefit from this as well in the end, because the birds will help us to keep the mice and other pests at bay. Now it is time for the reveal of my current master plan. Besides the areas that I just walked you through, I've also planned to create a Miyawaki forest in our zone 4, with the possibility of adding tents to host workshop participants. Since we're not allowed to have housing for guests, They will be built and later removed after the occasion. I also have an old pig pen that I've never showed you, where the pigs will probably stay during the hot summer months. And then I also want to add an outdoor shower in the middle of our subtropical food forest, because that's where our grey water is most needed at the moment. Once the house is built, it will have its own grey water garden. The master plan will probably go through some minor changes, but it helped me to put the elements that we've been working on so far in the right spot. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. In the next video, you will meet our very first chicken and rooster. So don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next video.